Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations is a three-dimensional fighting game for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 consoles. It is technically the third game in the Ultimate Ninja Storm series, but functions more as a summarization of the first two games, rather than a true sequel. The game includes characters and story events from both of the original two Storm games, with some additional content added on to make it more than just a remastered compilation disc. The game is effectively split into two sections, the story mode and the versus mode. In the game's story mode, players can relive the story of Naruto from episode 1 of the original series all the way to the 5 Kage Summit arc in Shippuden. This is easily the largest span of the Naruto storyline ever featured in a game, but as you might imagine, the attention to detail and well-crafted boss battles the series was known for suffers for it. Generation's story is told in the form of slideshows with voiceovers by the voice actor who played the third Hokage. And while this is an effective storytelling method, it's hardly the exciting, visually appealing joyrides that were the first two games. That's not to say the story mode is completely drab, however. The game sports 25 anime cutscenes, produced from scratch for the game by the same studio that animates the television series. These cutscenes are mostly featured as the opening credits and ending scene of each of the 11 storylines the player can play through. And they are a real treat to a Naruto fan such as myself. They look wonderful and awaken feelings of nostalgia in long-standing fans of the series. That's not to say this game's story mode is worthless to people who have never seen the anime either, however. In fact, because it covers the entirety of the storyline from the original series onward, it makes an excellent jumping-in point for anyone who's interested in the franchise, but doesn't want to watch through over 500 episodes of the series that have aired to date. The Versus mode is by far the main draw of the game, boasting 72 characters that can be selected either as your main fighter or as your support characters, which can jump in and help your primary character out briefly before running off again. Unlike some of the more serious fighting games like Street Fighter, Generations has no long combo strings or complex button sequences to remember. All of your combos in the Storm series can be performed by repeatedly pressing one button while tilting the control stick in various directions. If this sounds boring to you, don't worry, there's more to this game than the basic combos. All characters have 2 levels of special attacks, known as Jutsu in the Naruto universe. The first level is a simple 2-button sequence, and are most useful when they can be attached to your character's combos to add some extra damage. The character's ultimate jutsu can be performed with 3 quick button presses, and deal a whole lot more damage, assuming you can actually hit with it. In addition, these ultimates are accompanied by a cinematic sequence that showcases the game's cel-shaded visual appeal while your character blows up his opponent in some spectacular fashion. However, none of this is important to the gameplay as the support characters are. While they are an optional feature and can be turned off, supports add a whole new level of depth to the game. Each support character is one of 3 types: attack, guard, or balance, each of which has different sorts of abilities that unlock the more you use them in battle. They can also team up with your character to perform a team ultimate, which does massive damage, making them a vital component to the game's strategy, especially if you intend to test your skills in the game's fairly extensive online mode. At its core, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations is meant for those who already love the Naruto franchise, and it shows. The visuals, gameplay, and even the bare-bones story mode are tailored specifically to appeal to the fond memories we have of watching the series in our youth. But even if you don't know anything about Naruto, the game's striking visuals and fast-paced gameplay still make this title worth checking out, and the story mode provides just enough of an overview of the series to start even the uninitiated on the path to Naruto fandom. If you're looking for a hardcore fighting game with tons of competitive depth, this game frankly is not for you. But if you're a die-hard fan of the franchise, or if you enjoy simple, easy to learn, and fun to play fighting games, you should be able to find something you like in Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations. I give this game 4 nine-tailed, orange jumpsuited ninjas out of 5.